don't mind me saying so, I mean, I think it seems cool because you're acting with a guy who is now making himself known to a third generation. I mean, that guy started in the 50s. So now this would be like the third generation of kids who don't know him. We're seeing him for the first time. That's pretty cool.
Well, I'm like a kid. Like if I know I'm going to work with someone, I find out their name, and then you Google them, and oh, he's in that. Wow, he's been around a long time. So I'm like I said, it goes back to being in Halloween and showing up on the set and being able to talk to him and see how long he's been around, and watch a man that is aged, but still loves being on the set. Getting shot in New York City and it's cold.
Did he have a joy? Did he look joyful as an actor?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see that. Yeah.
And you know that he enjoys the business, and even at his age to show back up and get shot again.
Yeah, like I think some actors they either become like Cliff Robertsons, which we all hope to be, and if he's joyful, or they become massive grouches. They just get grouchy.
We won't name any names.
No, but they're out there.
Trust me. Talk to me later after you pay for a picture. I'll give you some good
And then it's $20 a name after the photo.
Ted, I'll do it for 10. 10 is 20.
Yeah. Do you want to pick the next one? I don't want to get hurt.
No, we're going to come back to you.
Who else?
Come on, you guys got to ask some questions.
Who else?
Right here.
Christine Bale or Tobey Maguire? Christine Bale is British, but Tobey Maguire is vegetarian. Who's crazy?
Christian Bale is British. Is this a trick question?
Tobey Maguire is vegetarian. Who's crazy?
I give up.
Well, is this a joke? No, it was, man. I don't have a problem with you. I'm going to answer this right now.
You sit down, buddy.
Sit down. Okay, yeah, this is my Q&A. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. When I was on Terminator Salvation, I did Charlie's Angels with Big G, and I got to actually work again and do Terminator Salvation. And Big G was the director, and that's what's really cool about working with people over again. When you have an opportunity to walk on a set and work with them again, it makes it's awesome. But when I first saw Christian Bale walk in the trailer, the hair trailer, he was all in wardrobe, and I looked at him. He's a pretty intense guy, and I said, that guy looks like he's ready to go to war, and I want to make sure I'm on his team. He was a very intense guy. He looked great in wardrobe. I'm a huge fan of him. But now working with Tobey, totally two different characters, of course. But I don't. Tobey, it was wild. Like Tobey could have a conversation with you, and then all of a sudden the camera goes on, and he's very in touch with his emotions, and you can tell he just
he's one of those actors who I agree. I'm jealous of actors like that.
He's on his fingertips. He's sensitive. It's like it's easy for him to just pop right into that character.
Yeah. To give an example, there are generally speaking two different kinds of actors: those that have to prepare a long time and then must concentrate on set constantly. And you've heard stories about actors who have to be called by their character name. That's it. Those are those guys. Tom, you want something for lunch? I'm Joe. Joe, call me Joe. Okay, relax. Want a ham and cheese? Have fun. So there's those guys, and then there's the kind of guys who, like Tobey, are very. I don't know. I think you put it well. They're very in touch with their emotions. They got it right on their fingertips, so that they go, hey, what's going on? Yeah, Oh, they're rolling one side. Mary Jane. I don't know. Hey, cut. You still there? Yeah. And they're really like that. They just have Tobey's really, really well concentrated, and he's got good concentration. Excuse me.
It's a subtle transition that I really noticed when we did this scene where I flew out the window backwards, and I actually did that, and we had to do another take because the bird guy didn't time the doves to fly by in time. Just to let you know, it's a little trivia. That bird guy, man, I won't hunt him down. But Tobey, we're doing the scene, and I'm about to go out the window, and he was talking to the makeup or something, and we were telling a story, and then he just turned right before the camera roll. He turned back around to me, and it was so subtle, but he was very, he was vulnerable, and he was right there in that scene and what was happening, which actually fed my character, and when you work with someone like that, it's like playing tennis. They're going to hit you a ball and you hit it right back. When you're playing with a player like that, it makes it really exciting. Did I answer your question about the vegetarian? Ask the
To a degree, he's been talking for 15 minutes by your comparison between British people and vegetarian. I'm gonna get a Brit over here. See what he thinks about that. Find a vegetarian. Why do you compare vegetarians with British people, by the way? Do you have something against them? Just so you would win in a mud wrestling match? What's that?
Their acting methods are different.
You're vegetarian. That's very interesting. You could write a paper about it, but I don't know who would be interested in reading it.
Well, he's asking about their acting method. I think they do, whatever they do it right, you know, so. Everybody works different too, like, you know, it's funny that, you know, just every actor has their, you know what? You just do what works for you. You know, that's kind of my saying with that. But, hey, can I ask a question to you guys? How many artists or writers or producers or people that may not be in the business that want to be in the business? How many people are in the business? Raise your hand.
Movie business.
Movie business.
How many people like watching movies?
I only let my wife watch movies I'm in. I mean, that's just
It's on an endless loop in his house, probably. He just can't walk in without want something playing. Oh, hold on a second, honey.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I remember watching a movie when Spider-Man was in Spanish on HBO. That was a trip.
It is
when I was
bizarre.
speaking Spanish, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember my first TV show I did a million years ago, Sequest. They brought in a whole bunch of what was VHS tapes. People probably don't know what those are. But in the old days we had VHS. And they brought a bunch in, they had one in each language. So we watched every episode in different languages. And now I requested from producers of movies I work on, I'd like any foreign language one. And the funniest one I think I ever saw was it was Spider-Man dubbed in German. It was really interesting. Because yeah, and I just remember, because I flipped through, it was really bizarre, but they had good voices. I mean, they did a good job approximately matching who we were, but whenever I talked to J. Jonah Jameson, instead of saying, "Sure, boss," it was, "Jawohl, Herr Kommandant." That sounded really, I thought we were making a World War II movie. It was really bizarre. Surreal. Who else has a question? Questions.
Look at him way in the back, right there.
Which one?
Yes.
Which one?
With the right there, you. Yeah. Raise it up again. Right there. Stand up.
Yes.
Let's hear the question.
Is it true they're going to make Evil Dead 4 in the future? Very likely. But that's all I can tell you. Yes, you again. Oh, yes, yes.
What's it like having a genius as a brother? I think Stanley.
I don't, what he asked, what's it like having a genius as a brother? I can't answer that, I'm too dumb to know. Who else has a question? Yes, anybody? Yes, sir, you in the back in a great t-shirt.
I was just wondering, do you have a background in magic, or did you ever take that up?
Me?
Yeah.
The question. Oh yes, he wants to know if I have a background in magic. Yes, I do. I used to do, that's an odd question I do. I used to do kids' parties all the time when I was in junior high school and high school. Yeah, all like it's a summer job. Yeah, did a lot of magic.
Well, I know your brother, I guess your brother applied a lot of that to movie making and stuff.
Oh.
I just didn't know if you were involved with that also.
No, I did like to do it. It was just better than bussing tables, which I used to do, which is a pretty hard job. If anyone's done that miserable job. I used to work across the street from the GM building in downtown Detroit, and I worked at a restaurant called What's on 2nd. And it was classic. I was 15 years old, and I had a uniform that was about 3 sizes too big, so I flapped in it like this all the time, and I couldn't pick up plates, so they'd fall. And this is a true story, I dumped clam chowder all over the VP of marketing at General Motors, and I lost my job at that restaurant, and then I became a magician. I wish I could do magic.